You know that friend who cancels plans and genuinely looks forward to it? Who spends a Friday night alone and wakes up Saturday feeling restored instead of guilty? Maybe that friend is you. And if it is, you've probably spent a lot of your life explaining yourself, reassuring people that no, you're not depressed, no, you don't hate them, and yes, you actually had a great time by yourself last night. Here's what's wild though. The people who love being alone aren't broken. They might actually be running on a completely different neurological frequency than the rest of us. Psychologists have known for decades that introversion isn't about shyness or social anxiety. It's about stimulation thresholds. Hans Eysenck, back in the 1960s, found that introverted brains are already running at a higher baseline of arousal. So while an extrovert needs a crowded room to feel alive, the introvert brings their own noise. Solitude isn't emptiness for them, it's signal, but it goes even deeper than that. Research in self-determination theory shows that people who genuinely enjoy solitude, not as avoidance but as a choice, tend to score higher in something called autonomous self-regulation. Basically, they've developed a strong, stable inner world. They don't need external validation to feel okay about themselves because they've spent so much time alone, learning who they actually are. That's not antisocial, that's self-aware. There's a difference though, and it matters. Healthy solitude is chosen. It fills you up. It's the Saturday morning with coffee and a book that leaves you feeling clear-headed and content. Unhealthy isolation is when you're pulling away from the world because the world feels too painful. That's avoidance, and it looks similar on the surface but feels entirely different on the inside. You know which one you're doing. Be honest with yourself about that. For the people who genuinely thrive alone, something interesting happens in their brains during quiet. The default mode network, the part of your brain responsible for reflection, creativity, and self-processing, becomes more active. It's not passive rest, it's deep, unconscious work. Some of the most creative, emotionally intelligent people in history, Darwin, Nikola Tesla, Frida Kahlo, were famously protective of their solitude. Not because they hated people, because they understood what silence gave them. So if you're someone who needs space to feel like yourself, stop apologizing for it. Your nervous system isn't defective, it's calibrated differently. And in a world that rewards noise, your ability to sit with yourself, to think clearly without distraction, to enjoy your own company is genuinely rare. Here's the real question though. Are you comfortable being alone or are you comfortable being with yourself? Because there's a difference. One is physical space. The other is inner peace. If that question hit differently than you expected, drop a comment. I'd love to know what came up for you. And if this resonated, stick around. We go deep on this channel.